I'm not trying to be Pollyanna about the effect of the environment on rethinking our model of business. There are a lot of problems and there are a lot of issues. There's a lot of static in the system. But I think we've turned the corner. If you take a look at any website of a big company today, you'll see page after page about its environmental programs. And sure, some of these are just puff and PR. But many of them, I can tell you, are real. I've talked to thousands of managers over the past 30 years as the rise of public opinion about the environment has gone. And by the way, their husbands and wives and mothers and fathers and citizens as well. If you destroy this idea that they're just greedy, money-grubbing, self-interested people, and you see them as fully human, they're worried about the environment too. I recently had a conversation with an environmentalist, someone who worked for a large multinational environmental organization, about a very large company. And he said to me, you know, this company's changing the world. They believe that they have to be greener, and they're really doing it. They're putting all their processes, etc., all their management knowledge to making the world greener. And for my money, said the environmentalist, they're going to accomplish more than years of regulation could. Now maybe it's just in the U.S. here where the public policy process has really been fractured. I know that's not true, that it's fractured in other places as well, but it can be a real barrier. It focuses too much on cleanup, on who did what to whom, and on who pays. Now all these questions are important, but ultimately they're questions that look to the past. Who did what? Who has to clean up? I want to think about business as looking to the future, looking to say, well, what are the kinds of things we can do to make the world cleaner, to make it better for our children, so we can be sure that our children have the same kind of future possibilities that we do. Environmentalism becomes, in a way, a special case of a more general question about how value creation and trade are sustainable over time. To think about environmental sustainability, we might also have to think about moral or ethical sustainability. If we don't, environmentalism and environmental sustainability runs the risk of politicizing the idea of value creation and trade to the detriment of planet and people. Acting on this requires sometimes courage and tenacity and passion, the same characteristics I'm going to argue later you need to start a business. I want to tell you a story briefly about a student named Jamie. Jamie was passionate about recycling. She was passionate about the environment, still is. And yet, the school she was a part of really didn't do much with this. This was some years ago. So Jamie put out recycling containers, and then every Friday you could see her with green garbage bags going out emptying these containers, essentially embarrassing the organization into doing something that it didn't want to do. Jamie, through her own passion, her commitment, actually made something happen. What can you do? You can take seriously your responsibility. You don't leave it up to politicians or academics or companies. This is an area where there are lots of choices. And I believe that some action gets better results than no action, even acknowledging that some things we do might be wrong. Recycling can help us be aware of waste, and whether it's actually good for the environment in terms of energy use, etc., we'll live in a more careful way. We'll invent other ideas and invent other businesses. We'll be more aware of our choices and what what we teach our children. And as always, in thinking about new models of business and society, we need a great big dose of humility. We're not the experts. We don't know everything. And passion tempered with humility can be powerful. What I'd like you to think about and talk about in the discussion forums is, what are some of the actions you can take to make the world cleaner, better, and more efficient? And think about, where does your responsibility end?